Welcome to Enduring Journey to Bliss. My name is Deanne, and I appreciate you stopping by for a quick visit. I just wanted to take a look at some things in bloom today in my little growing area here. My Thanksgiving cactus has so many buds still. This is just one of them, but this is the almost a purple color. And I don't know if I can reach this back here to kind of show this one. There we go. So they're very beautiful and vibrant, this particular one. They're just lovely. They almost, if you look at them right, almost look like a bird when they're open. Like a bird in flight. So there's that one. This is another variety. It's a pink variety, but no blooms quite yet. We have buds. And then we will come up, take a look at this Phalaenopsis orchid. So she is still in bloom. She still has more buds that will be opening. She's a pretty little variety. I've had her about 3 years, I believe, at this point. She is grown in water culture. Her little containers down here. You can see she's got new root growth. And yeah, she's a very pretty little girl. And we will come over here, because these roots are kind of just dying to have their picture taken. We will come up. And this one is not quite in bloom yet, but I will show you her buds. This one I've had, I would say 4 years at least. And this one gives me blooms at least twice a year. It's a real pretty oncidium. It has beautiful yellow blooms when it opens up, but they're getting bigger. They're doing their thing. And talk about the roots. And actually I have two of her. This over here is one of her, I took a start off of her, and this one has also bloomed for me. Hopefully you can see that brown right there. That was the last spike that I cut off, and so far her new growth right there, the pretty green one right here, I don't see a spike forming, but it may. And then she has another baby over here. If I can get back to her, I'll move this guy a little bit, and she has a nice new growth as well. This is her new growth, and you can see her old spike, the brown. So this one lovely plant has given me two babies, and that also love to bloom, and I love that. So we will come over here, and this, I haven't quite had the heart to deadhead it, but it's not looking very pretty. However, we have got new buds. They're getting nice and fat, and hopefully maybe another week, maybe less, depending on the size there, I should have more blooms. Okay, come back down. These are not blooms, but we have quite a few buds. I'm looking forward to that. And we'll come down here to my Thanksgiving cactus, another variety. And you can see just how beautiful This is my kind of an orange colored one. And like I said, to me they kind of look like a bird in flight. Maybe I just have a vivid imagination, but she has multiple buds and she will continue to open. Very pretty. I really enjoy her too. My yellow one, which sits over here, does have some more buds, as you can see, but they're not open quite yet. And my white one, which is the smaller one over here, I'll lift up these leaves out of the way, has a bloom open. Oh my, I'm trying to move things out of the way. This is my white one. She's very pretty. And she also has more buds yet to open. As you can see, hers are kind of tiny little buds. But she has at least 3. There's 1, 2. I thought I saw it in a third one here. So that's my white one. Very pretty. And then we'll come over to my red Thanksgiving cactus. And, oh, actually that's the orange one still. My apologies. Again, maybe you can see the shape of the bird there. But my red one, she does have buds. Yet, that's the red one. She just hasn't opened yet. Now, Thanksgiving cactus, they are epiphytes, much like an orchid. In their native area, they grow on trees. So when you plant them, you want to give them a nice loose soil. You don't want the heavy, like what you'd have on other house plants. But they're very pretty. And then I have some starts that I have here. There's my orange one, pink one. Let's see if I can get this this Calathea or Biphilia out of the way. And this is a red. Little starts that I have that have decided to give me blooms. They're beautiful too. Then over here I have a little orchid that has been in bloom for a little while. She's very pretty. I want to see if she's got any new. Oh, and actually she does. So I might still, come on, I might still get more blooms off of her. I kind of thought she might have been done, but yeah, there may be new bud forming right there. I think that's all of the buds right now. I do have a sheath, if I can find it quick enough here. Where are you? I know you're here. Oh, here she is. On one of my Cattleyas. She's still growing. She's not open yet. This is the actual sheath from here down. A good sign, I don't know if it's going to come up on the camera, is they start to get, nope, it's not going to focus. There. You see that little drop, that droplet? It's a kind of a sap, a sugary sap, that when they are producing flowers, so that they will produce that. So that gives me hope that that sheath is producing a bud and I will have that Cattleya in bloom. And if we look up here on this, you can see those sugar droplets. Hopefully they will come through in the camera. But many orchids will do that when they're getting ready to bloom. So I'm hopeful that that sheath will give me a beautiful Cattleya bloom shortly. Oh, and I forgot this spike. It's not a bloom yet, And this poor philodendron, when I purchased it, it was not doing well. So that looks terrible. But the new leaf that's grown in my care is gorgeous. Beautiful. This is not a philodendron video, so but let's look at this spike. This is a big, tall, gorgeous spike. And I cannot wait for these blooms to actually open. The plant is, well, I'd have to move everybody, but the plant is back here. And as you can see, the brown is the spikes it's given me in the past. And I've had this plant probably 3 years at this point as well. I moved into this house I'm in now 4 years ago. So I didn't really get my collection started back up the first year. And then the third year I kind of started adding to my collection. Got some beautiful root growth here. That's always awesome to see. I always love seeing that. I think that is all of the blooms in this area. I'll take a look, and if I have another, I will share. These are some African violet blooms that I currently have. I will see if I can maybe move this so you can see the blooms a little bit better. Maybe. So this one has the double type of blooms on it. The one's getting ready to fade, as you can see, but there are others on her that are still, like here's a young one right here. You can see the beauty on that. This one here, I need to do some deadheading. These are some of my African violet blooms. And then I have this deep, this is a single bloom, deep African violet blooms. There are more blooms on her as well. And I deadhead them. Like when they start to look like this, I will go down and I will deadhead. And what that does is it allows the other little buds that are forming, see if I can maybe find some over here, some energy, there we go. I don't know if you can really see that, but it allows them energy so that they can shine and perform like these have been doing. So yeah. And then I have miniature African violets over here, and I will have to turn this pot. So I have 3 African violets along with these polka dot plants in here. This one, the bloom is way in here, so I have to move everything and see if I can show you the little bloom. Oh, she doesn't want to focus. That's frustrating. There we go. There she is. And she has more blooms to open. The little buds by my finger there. So that's one in this little pot. And I'll turn it. This is another. This one has some variegation in the leaves. And you can see that there are, I don't know if it's going to focus, probably not. But there are new buds forming on this one. And this is growing in pond. That's a combination of rock media for the most part. There's some charcoal in there. There is some orchid bark in there. Perlite in there. Zeolite, I hope I said that right, in there. It's a type of rock. And some lava rock. But these are growing quite nicely. But here is my other double. I really need to deadhead her, but hopefully, maybe, she's not as full as the other double, and none of these look very good. Well, this one's coming out as a single. I'm not sure why, but that's okay. I'll still enjoy the blooms that I do get. As you can see, it has new buds down there. So once I deadhead and get these removed, those others will start to shine. So this is fading a bit. But yeah, these are all, I have 5 plants in here. And eventually, if I let these polka dot plants continue to grow, they'll bloom as well. They do have to get quite a bit bigger before they'll do that, but they will produce a flower as well. And I think I have one other plant in bloom that I'd like to show you. We'll come back to this African violet because she's quite pretty. And the last plant that I have in bloom is this Hoya. I'll have to probably lift her up so you can actually see the blooms. Try to move that leaf down. So hopefully that's going to allow you to see the blooms. Does not want to focus. Oh, there we go. So those are open. They are scented. And I have more. That's a peduncle. They grow on a peduncle. The peduncle is this kind of from here down is like the stem of it, but that's a peduncle, not a stem. And you can see all those kind of tan or behind my finger or in front of my finger. They're kind of tan. Every one of those rings was a former group of blossoms. So you never cut off a peduncle. You want to keep it because if you're growing your Hoyas for the long term, you'll get more blooms on a peduncle. And so this one has another peduncle. It's not quite open yet. Right there, getting ready to open, pretty close. And it has another peduncle, even younger than that one, right there. And it has, well, let's see. Here we've got 1, 2, thought I saw, oh, we didn't come down far enough. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 peduncles, and then I have tiny little peduncles with little blooms, tiny. I'll pull this one up. It's at the bottom of this vine, and there. Whoops. And so I have more of those, but oh, here, maybe I can show you right here. Here's 2 more. Oh, they don't want to focus. Here's another one, and here's another one. They're kind of close together. One at kind of the middle of the screen, one towards my finger. Come on, focus. There we go. 2 peduncles there. And I have other peduncles in there, but they're kind of hard to locate. So anyway, and I do think that's all my blooms that I have currently. But as things open, there's another little peduncle that I didn't even know I had. It's down off the same vine as this one here with the buds already forming. So yeah, just take a quick look at this little plant because it's just so pretty. Anyway, I do have 2 more that I almost forgot. I almost forgot about these 2. These 2 are both new acquisitions. I just purchased them at the Lowe's off of their discounted plant rack. This one I have not made a video of yet. She's very pretty. Lots of beautiful blooms. She is still in her sphagnum moss that I have yet to clean up. I've been soaking her when I bring them home like this. I soak them, I keep them isolated from my other plants because I don't want any disease or pest to be spread. And then this one, I have made a video of this one and the process that I use. So stay still, sweetheart. There you go. Well, still wants to move. But anyway, so this one, she does have some blooms on her. She has a few blooms. This one's growing very strangely, so you won't be able to see it. But it does have a new bud right there for me. So yeah, I'll continue to turn her. And oops, my apologies. So there's her current bloom, and she has a bud at the end there, a bud. Yeah, there you go. Now this one, I have made a video on the transition from the sphagnum moss to growing. And so she is out of the sphagnum moss. You can see her root system there. After I do the transition on them, I let them set after I've cleaned them up well for 2 or 3 days. The roots kind of dry, like these are starting to look a little bit dry, which that's what I want, because anytime you've made cuts in the root itself, it can open up to possible rot, especially in water. If you plant them in bark or in lava rock or in any other kind of medium, you don't have to be quite as concerned on the rot, because anytime you mess with roots, there's a possibility that you've caused some kind of damage or a tear or a cut in the system. And that's okay. It happens in nature too. Maybe it's, some kind of a bird that when they land on the tree, they cut into the root with their claws or their beak or something. So, it's just part of the life cycle of plants. And so I'll let this continue to set a bit longer. The more green colored roots there, those actually had access to some kind of light, so they were able to photosynthesize. That's why they're green. These cream lighter colored ones were down inside all of that moss, like this one. They were down inside of all of that moss, and so that's why they are the color they are. That's why they are not yet green. So this one needs to still stay isolated just a little bit longer, and then she will go in with my other orchids in the other room. But she's a pretty little girl. Come back to this one that is quite gorgeous and has so many blooms. She's very pretty. So thanks again for stopping by, and I believe that's all the blooms that are currently happening. So the time of year for a lot of Phalaenopsis is December, January time frame. That's kind of their cycle. And so this is the right time of year to be having orchid blooms. As I showed you, I have some in spike in the other room. So as I get more blooms, I will share as they open. And now the other Phalaenopsis that I have, can't think of the term, and I apologize, but there are some that are more like a summer blooming, just in nature, the way that they cycle and grow and live. And none of those are in bloom currently, but I have some of those as well. Anyway, Thank you all for stopping by. Please visit again soon, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care.